Hi, welcome to today's Gentle Fit class. Today we will be talking a lot about healing after an injury or surgery. So we'll start with our hands, that way I can talk and move at the same time. Sitting, as always, near the front edge of your seat and having your feet out in front of you so that you're ready at any moment to change position. Okay, and you can hold your hands in any direction you want. I will just do this a little bit like this so it's a little better for the camera angle. Maybe in front of my shirt, how's that? Black was a good choice for today. As you open your hands, make sure that you're trying to completely extend every single joint as well as separating the fingers. And then do some circles right from the thumb. And rotate and press forward right from your wrists. Good. And then let's start by just folding your finger joints down. We're not making a fist yet. Are your elbows completely straight? And what's going on with your low back? Are you slouching or arching? Let's sit up tall and not arch your back. Pull in your stomach. Good. Let's release, inhale. My hands are already getting a little warm. My forearms are already starting to burn a little bit. So don't forget to breathe to help support those muscles. Inhale, exhale. All right, and a little relief. Good. Big circles as you can in each direction. Good. And now make a couple fists. Elbows are down. Good. Let's move your elbows towards each other. And then circle your wrists. Stomach is still pulled in. We're still sitting nice and tall. And open the wrists again. Good. So let's say you have a recent injury. Maybe you've twisted your ankle. It's not broken, but you've got it bound up, and your doctor said it's okay for you to walk and move about, but be gentle. And you decide, okay, I'm going to go back to stretching and exercising, but gentle. So that's all really good because the rest of your body does need to continue to move. Your injured ankle, once the swelling's gone down, the inflammation has gone down, the worst of the injury has passed, you do need to start moving it, but without any force. So your time of avoidance is there, but then just like when you're in the hospital and you have surgery, they want you to get up and start moving as soon as possible. They want your blood to be working to bring in nutrients and to carry away inflammation and waste and dead tissue. But the difference is they don't want you to use any force. So as if you had a butterfly in your hand, you don't want to crush it, you would just close your hand without force. That's the same kind of movement you would do in any other part of your body after you've had an injury and you've gotten the okay to begin moving gently. Once you're not having any pain reactions, then and only then would it be time for you to start beginning to use a small amount of light force and increasing step by step gradually after that, so that your brain doesn't keep remembering that pain cycle. And you also want to break the pain cycle of immobility and then loss of range of motion, atrophy, and that creates pain. And then you go and you lay back and you put your leg up, and then what do you have again? Immobility, loss of range of motion, atrophy, pain. So we want to stop that cycle. Okay, arms up and out. Good. Good. So let's say you did have a sore ankle. You can still come in and do everything else. And just avoid putting any force through that ankle, but making sure you're getting the blood pumping through the rest of your body to also get it to go. It'll keep going through your ankle too. All right. And down. Tuck that tailbone under. And I describe how to heal after an injury in movement tutorials too. So if any of that sounded confusing or disjointed because I'm sitting here doing a class, feel free to go to that video and leave any questions or comments you might have, as well as under this video. Good. I also have some videos on Facebook and YouTube, so make use of those. Leave comments. All right, as we do this, one shoulder's lower than the other, and sit up. We're still moving pretty relaxed. Head down, one elbow and shoulder is up higher than the other. Inhale. And don't forget about your spine. We're getting a little deeper movements with the spine. When we begin the classes, we don't move very deeply, and then as the class goes on and you warm up, we start to move a little deeper and include more body parts. Inhale, exhale, and tipping down towards your right, elbow up, sitting up tall, stomach in, arch. Exhale. Don't forget about your breathing, matching your breathing, deepening those breaths, lengthening your exhale to get rid of all the waste air. Sitting up tall, elbows down. Hopefully you're starting to rock a little more on your pelvis. And forward, rocking back. Sitting up tall, rocking more and more, lean forward. Head neutral to your spine at this point. So if I was to look up, I might see about the top just above your forehead, but I should still be able to see the bottom of your neck because you've got your shoulders back. Use your back, your upper back, and the back of your shoulders to pinch that imaginary pencil. Your knees are wide enough to fit your body between if you're able to lean over that far. Now shift in the chair. My leggings tend to keep me tucked more on the chair than I'd like to be, so shift around to release the back of your legs from the seat. Let's squeeze to lift. Good, and relax a little, inhale, and then exhale, dropping down a little more, pinching the back. Good. As you're doing this, let's take a little inventory. If you're lifting your shoulders up around your jaw or your ears, try to not do that. Try to press them down and then pinch them back, sticking the chest out, and relax. Good, and a little rounding to release some of that tension. So I'm slightly rocked back in the chair with my chin down, and then shift around, pushing a little more forward with one hand and then the other. This will release that upper back that we were just making very tense. Good. Now, I know this might seem obvious, but I just want to bring it up anyways. Some of you will relate more when I give you instruction focused on your chest. I'll say stick your chest out. And of course, your upper back is just the other side of your chest. So sometimes I'll give the cue to arch your upper back or pinch your shoulder blades together. Those two cues, your back and your chest, will result in the same thing. You'll stick the chest out and have a strong spine so that you can lean really far out over the center of your body, your hips. You're leaning far out. All right, pull in the stomach to support the lower spine. These are core exercises. Inhale, exhale. My hands are here, but I'm not resting on my legs. Okay? Now, from here, let's tip left and right with a tight stomach, a tight belt. So everything all the way around your low back and your low belly. And we're reaching left and right. Inhale, exhale. As you do this, think about your shoulders. Think about getting one up and one down. Inhale, exhale. Anybody who struggles with low back issues, you will go very experimentally with this. Maybe not so deep. Inhale, exhale. We want to move and carefully begin to challenge, but we don't want to create any spasms from muscles that are just overstressed. Inhale, exhale. We all tend to have imbalances that we're completely unaware of, and these imbalances make themselves known with pain that we've never experienced before, because our bodies are very, very good at trying to adapt. The muscles that are being strained because some other muscle is weak will do their best to pull the weight, more weight than they were designed to, but at some point they can't, and they create these painful spasms to let you know that they had enough and they need a rest. So once you get past to that inflammation and that sensitivity, it's time to carefully begin strengthening the other muscles that are weak. And it can be hard to find those muscles and narrow it down. That's why we do very global movements, and we do these classes every day, so that with consistency, you'll start strengthening what you need to strengthen. And when you do find a weak muscle, I encourage you to repeat those exercises more often than we would repeat them in class, because there really is so much to do. Good. Down and up. And once again, I'm not resting my weight on my leg. Inhale, exhale. But if you need to, pull your stomach in for a time, that's okay. Or if you need to make this a little easier for some of the reps, that's a real good method of modifying for yourself. Okay? Let's take off some of that tension. Tuck, sit up, and arch. And then we'll do the other side. So we started fairly low, and coming up, and then creeping out a little further, a little bit past the foot now. We're not even touching the floor, stomach in. Flat back is what we're after for these. And when you adjust by sticking your chest out, you will be pulling on your hamstrings. Exhale. Lift, lift, lift. All right, that's enough. Let's tuck that tailbone under and hug a leg. You can pull your knee towards your collarbone and then sit up tall and pull the leg towards like your ribs. Think about lifting the ribs into your thigh. Let's do it again where you hug and check out my spine. It's a curve when we hug. I'm sitting a little bit more on the back of my butt. And then as we sit up, I shift to pull my hips and my tailbone back. And now I'm using the leverage of pulling on my leg to lift my upper spine, lift my heart, the rib cage, and stretch that upper back. All right, let's do the other leg. Same thing. I'll just turn. You can stay forward. Let's hug. And then sit up tall, shift and arch. Good. Hug. And even exercises like this you can do very gently and relaxed without much force. You don't have to do the pulling leverage part. Good. Let's shift it slightly where you let your knee fall out to the side. Inhale and just let gravity pull it down. And now press the leg down with your own muscles. Pull your stomach in. In fact, leave your stomach pulled in. Let's do the vacuum while we go through some of these exercises. The vacuum is when you just do a deep belly hold, as if you could pull your belly button and all your organs up under your ribs. Keep it pulled in. Don't hold your breath though, that's kind of the trick. Now a little extra. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget about the belly. Real easy to do. Keep breathing, little sips of air and long exhales. Switch, keep the belly in as you switch. Grab that ankle or your pant leg or have your band handy. First we'll let gravity pull your leg down. Inhale, exhale. Readjust, pull it in. And then press the leg down. Stomach's in. And then a little extra encouragement if you need to from the hand. All right. Turn to your right. And slightly out to the side and back. I should say out to the side and slightly to the back. My goal is, in my class, I'd like to see everybody have their legs straight out. Good. This seems to be about the best location for that. Inhale. Good. And so some of you, because you're very tight, and that's all right, you've got your hips turned toward me. Let's try to keep the inside of the foot on the floor, and begin challenging by turning your hips away to your right. Turn the shoulders, the hips will follow. Turn the neck. Pause when it gets like you're done. Come out a little bit, inhale. And then exhale, see if you get another ½ inch. Stop. Let's do that several more times. Inhale. Exhale. You'll find that that breathing, inhale, exhale, really helps to facilitate the stretch. Good. Let's do the other side. Good. So out to the side and just a little bit back to wherever you can still have a straight leg. And then do your best to get this leg around in front of you. And you can definitely take pressure off if you're getting a Charlie horse or some uncomfortable feeling, okay? Inhale, exhale. Good. Turning the hips, the neck, the shoulders. Oh, let's pull those stomachs in again. Did we forget? I did. Pause, come out of it, inhale. Exhale. Good. Stomachs are still pulled in. Let's go around to the other side again. Maybe this time you'll have the ability to go back a little further. Give that a try. Okay? Go to where you can so that you can improve from there instead of fighting something that's way too hard. I think you'll see quicker progress that way. Let's just stay this way. To the side, arms lifted. Now imagine you're hanging from your arm and your shoulders opening up. Good. Inhale. Try to lift your chest up to the ceiling. Think about your toes, the ball of your foot. Can you press that into the floor behind you and then drop your hand behind the head? Support your head and let it fall back into your fingers. And then bring it up. Relax the arm, drop the chin towards your chest. Let's relax the leg. Good, and bring it forward. And some circles. Hold your stomach in to keep you on the chair. Good, and lean forward to stretch it back. Lean back to kick it forward. Good, extend. The chair is just such a great tool. I love it. I know we're all sitting too much, and you don't need necessarily the chair because you can stand, but it's still a great tool. And if you are somebody that does struggle to stand for the full half hour, this is perfect. Okay? Or if you have very painful feet, it's a great way to even exercise your feet without your shoes and without putting a lot of force down through them. All right, lean it back here. Stomach in. Some circles, circle, circle, circle. Pull it in. Look at your belly. Make sure you're not accidentally pushing it out. And up. Good. If your back is tense, move around. Release some of that tension. Gentle shifting around. Good. And let's go to the other side. All right, so we're doing our best to stretch the leg back, whether it's directly back or slightly out to the side. Do what's best for you. All right, and as you sit nice and tall, pull the stomach in, and let's lift the arm. Good, and try to continue moving the arm back, lifting as if you're hanging from your hand, opening up the armpit. Don't forget to breathe. And then you'll lower the fingers to behind the head, press the head against your fingers. And then we'll release the hand, lower the chin. Good. Very good. And let's bring the leg up and roll it back. And stretch it back. Press that ball of the foot into the floor. Or gently challenge the toes if they're too stiff yet to get the ball of the foot on the floor. And I'm hanging on to the chair, okay? Especially when I lean back. Because sitting half on, half off the chair really leaves your outside leg freer to move. A couple more. You're pulling the belly in. Lean it back. Extend. Circle, circle, circle. Or at least press. And then tighten everything. Butt and gut. Or the other way around. Butt and gut. Press, press, press. Good. And up. And a little arch. So while we're here, let's line up your heel kind of right where the crease of your hind end would be. And the goal is to try to reach the floor with your foot, with your heel. Good. You want about the last half an inch to be a stretch. Okay? Maybe you're about this close, right? And a little weight through your leg gives you a nice stretch without killing yourself. If you're too far back and you're nowhere near, bring it forward a little bit. If you're too far forward and there's no stretch happening, experiment with finding your sweet spot. Good. Now let's grip the mat, lift. I'm putting some weight down through my leg, heel down and up, heel down and up. Good. Grip with those toes, and even if they don't feel very strong right now, they will get stronger. I noticed it took me about a year to one day go think about it and say, you know, I think I found strength in my toes again, because I had never focused on exercising my feet. I started teaching these classes when I was about, well, what is it, about 6 years ago? And I would have been about, okay, I shouldn't have even brought it up. So
We're on the edge of our seat.
I know.
We'll be impressed anyway.
I don't know, how old am I now? 54? So that would have been 6 years ago. Would have been 48. If there's any math teachers in here, help me out. I can figure it out. I'm not good at, I shouldn't say I'm not. You should never say you're not good at something under pressure. All right. Down and up. Down and up. Good. Once again, gripping with those toes and putting some weight down through your leg to stretch the calf and the Achilles. And let's do one final thing with the feet before we end. A couple final things. Pull in your stomach if you released it. It's a good opportunity to do a couple things at once. All right, the balls of your feet are down. This is this thicker pad right there. And we're only lifting the toes. And if your sense of touch, you've lost the sense of touch and you can't feel like you can move your feet and toes very well on their own, then simply just gently use your hands, okay, and start moving them. But I like trying to lift your toes up because it strengthens and exercises these muscles under here. Okay, lift, 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 lift. Now slightly forward with your feet, and let's lift right up the whole foot. Keep the heel down. Good. Toes down, heel up. From the side it looks like this. Okay? And I can feel it in my shins and my calves. Shins and calves. Some of these anti-tripping exercises. Good. We want our reflexes to be swift, so we feel coordinated. If we trip, you can catch yourself quickly. And let's just do some circles. You don't have to cross your legs. This is just really comfortable for me. And if you're struggling crossing your legs, you can, do a little extra stretch at the same time as circling your ankles. All right, fast points. Let's pull in your stomach, sit up tall, pinch that pencil between your shoulder blade. Lots of training for the brain to do more things at once. All right, now flex, 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 flex. Try to do quality before speed. The speed will come. If this is something you're really challenged with today, make it a part of your everyday, and sooner than later, it'll get better. It's just practice and training. All right, let's do the other side. Circle. Reverse. Big circles. Feels good. I find myself doing this at other times of the day. And point. Sit up tall, pull in your stomach, pinch that pencil between back there. Fast. A few more. Mine is clicking. All right, now, so that was pointing. Let's flex. They look almost identical, but you just have to mentally focus differently. I almost broke my ankle once. I twisted it so bad. So this one will always click a lot more than the other. But it's no pain. It's just maybe some scar tissue or something. But it doesn't hurt at all. And it's not tearing anything up, at least for me. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's class and that you feel better and that you have hope for the future, that you can keep doing all the things you love and age well. And I'll see you next time in class. Thank you. Thanks, guys.